It wasn't a mechanical failure. It wasn't the wind. It was simply the one thing Elias couldn't train for: a sudden, sharp cramp in his left hand, the hand that held the stabilizing guide wire. In a heartbeat, the rhythm broke. Elias felt his center of gravity shift. His fingers, usually like steel talons, spasmed. He managed to heave Toby backward into Martha's waiting arms, a final act of fatherly strength that knocked him off balance. There was no scream. Elias Vansen simply stepped off into the dark. The silence that followed was louder than any applause they had received in 20 years. As he fell, the last thing Elias saw wasn't the floor, but the faces of his family, safe on the wire, silhouetted against the spotlights like stars. The Vansens retired that night. They moved to the farm in Vermont, but they never quite left the air. On quiet evenings, they would sit on the porch, looking up at the sky. Sarah, now a mother herself, would often recall her first time on the low practice wire. Her hands were shaking, her 7-year-old heart pounding. She'd frozen halfway across. It wasn't the height that scared her, but the idea of the wire itself, so thin, so unforgiving. Elias hadn't called out or told her to be brave. Instead, he'd climbed up on the opposite platform and started walking towards her. "Don't look at the wire, sweet pea," he'd said, his voice calm as a summer lake. "Look at me. The wire is just the path between us. The destination is family." He met her in the middle, took her hand, and they finished the walk together. It was never about conquering fear. It was about finding your way to the people you love. And sitting there, under the vast Vermont sky, they knew the greatest act they ever performed wasn't the walk itself. It was the moment Elias made sure they stayed up when he could not.